Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco Podcast.
See a trucker, blast a trucker. Hey, life. Also Puerto Rican.
Yo! What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Midnight Paco Podcast. As always, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms.
I am the _great_COREE. That's where you can find me. Or you can find us both at the Midnight Paco Podcast.
That's right.
As you can see, we have a very special guest today.
What?
Fellow comedian.
Yes.
You know, even though he may be a little younger than me, I consider him a big brother in comedy. And he's a father also.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Marcus Martin, everyone.
Oh.
Yeah. Woo.
We got the button. I know you can't hear it, but they can hear it.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. So where can they find you at, man?
Instagram _Marcus Martin. Follow me there, and then YouTube comic Marcus Martin, comedian Marcus Martin, Facebook comedian Marcus Martin, but Instagram for sure at _Marcus Martin.
Got TikTok?
Yeah, TikTok too. Comedian Marcus Martin.
Yeah.
Snapchat, ladies love to laugh.
Uh-oh.
I only accept women though. Fellas on Snapchat. I only accept women.
No dick pics.
Yeah, I only accept women on Snapchat. Like, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Welcome in studio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had him before, and I
Yes.
just wanted to reintroduce everybody to Mr. Marcus Martin. We're delighted to have him in the studio. He's a professional when it comes to doing this comedy thing. You know, I had the pleasure. He agreed to do something for me when I was doing my room, and it was an honor to have him do that. And it's also an honor to have him in the studio as well.
That's right.
So it's been a couple of years, man. So what's been going on, man?
Same, grinding. It don't change.
Right.
It don't stop. The shows don't stop. They keep coming, keep going. Traveling. Yeah, that's about it.
So hasn't been more often though?
Yeah, definitely
since we,
I would say that. Yeah, definitely picking up. As far as like, I was telling somebody this. It's be weird. Like every year, I get a certain area or a certain region or city that just keep bringing me back.
Okay.
So like a couple years ago, I had Virginia. I was in Virginia like 5-6 times throughout the year. The year before that, it was like Miami, Fort Lauderdale area.
Wow.
I was there like 5-6 times, and now it's like Pittsburgh. Like this year, I've been in Pittsburgh.
Black and yellow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we black and yellow. Wait a minute, we in Cleveland. You saying black and yellow? Wait a minute. We can cut the show right now and talk about that.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
On behalf of Midnight Paco, I have nothing to do with that statement.
I get it,
No,
but
I'm a dog.
Yeah.
black and yellow all day, baby.
See, he's from Erie.
I'm from Erie,
he don't
Pennsylvania,
really.
so
Yeah, I don't hold it against him.
I grew up in PA. Rocking Steelers stuff. So I get it. It's rough.
Yeah, I've been. You know what I love about Pittsburgh though? Cleveland's a beautiful city, but Pittsburgh is beautiful.
It's
Water,
dope.
man.
Yeah,
like,
it's dope.
Your scenery is amazing.
It's dope. Yeah, all them one-way streets suck balls though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. Trying to get somewhere and you can't get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's frustrating. So you gotta know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
And as a trucker, you can get lost in the ribbons that they call bridges.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of bridges.
Oh my bridges on top of
The
bridges.
movie 21 Bridges was about Pittsburgh.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of bridges. Hella bridges everywhere.
They filmed Batman there.
Really?
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
Yeah. They said it was like the
which
best.
one?
The one with when Hines was
Bane?
running. Yeah, Bane.
Okay, yeah. The Dark Knight. That's my favorite one. That's my favorite Batman. I love that Batman, Dark Knight.
Yep. So, because they said just the landscape, the way it looks, it's kind of like a dark
and gloomy.
Yeah, kind of. It does.
And very grim.
Old school.
Yeah.
A bunch of factories and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Battling.
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers said, I can't wait. This season's going to be off the chain. Okay, we'll move.
Anyways, man, this is about Marcus Martin. How dare you speak about Pittsburgh
I'm
stuff?
sorry.
No, it's fine. It's cool.
I apologize.
No, the city.
Shout out to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, no, Pittsburgh is a great city.
Johnstown, PA, all that. Like they've been bringing me back. That whole area mess with Marcus Martin. So
That's
shout out
what's
to
up.
them, man.
Yeah,
That's what's up.
Yeah, shout out to Pittsburgh.
So let's recap. How long you been doing it?
13 years now.
Okay,
13
wow,
years.
damn, I'd be forgetting you're like that long into it. You know what I mean?
You know what was weird? I used to kind of
That's wild.
be like, damn, I've been doing it that long. But I started to realize, like, when I see people like Lunel or somebody that's, she been doing it like 25 years.
Right.
I understand and you get to respect. Like a Roy Wood, he been doing it 25 years. So you get, I understand, like, when you say someone, because at first I used to be embarrassed to be like, I've been doing it this long.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a more respect thing when you say that, like, okay, I see why they deserve these blessings and this and that.
Right.
And they still grinding.
Oh yeah,
Still grinding.
yeah. It's not almost automatic. You know what I mean? You
After
still gotta get
25
these
years,
shows.
they still grinding.
And that's the thing. That's why I don't understand, like, sometimes, like, comic beef or whatever the case, because everyone has to work together. I know you ain't got to work together with the same person or work together with that person, but you all got to put on shows together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not one-man shows. I guess you could, but come on. You know what I mean? You got to be a super huge name for a one-man show for the most part.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
so.
And I don't understand the beef in a sense because we're here to make people laugh.
Yeah.
We in the people business and we're here to entertain.
Customer service.
100%.
Right.
I can get frustrated.
Yeah.
It's tough.
We can disagree, but
yeah.
for the most part, like, come on, man, we comedians.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So you've been doing it for like 13 years. Like, like, how did you get into it?
My father was actually a comedian.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nice.
my dad, and
It's in the blood.
Yeah. And then, like, as I further go into my dad's side of the family, as I got older and started to think about it, because that's what gave me, like, the planet to see. He used to co-own a comedy club. And,
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
What, in
that's
Ohio
nice.
here?
No, Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're
That's
a
dope.
ringer. You're a ringer. See? He grew up in it.
Yeah.
He was going to kind of
That's dope.
Yeah, I used to ask him as a kid, like, I'm coming with you.
Nice.
Like,
That's
He
a
still with
different-
him?
My dad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to my
Awesome.
pops.
Shout out to your pops.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's wild because it's a different, because, I grew up going to my uncle's bar. It just wasn't a comedy club. I guess it was in a sense. So I go and laugh at motherfuckers anyway, but that's dope. That's
Yeah, but
what's
I
up.
didn't start. I was late in one sense. Well, I don't say late, but I started though when I was probably like 25.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when I
Okay.
started.
All right. Well, I mean,
That's a good start. We started in our 40s.
Yeah.
As long as you start.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So you've always wanted to do it, or you
Yeah, I always wanted to do it, but
okay.
where I'm from, Canton, Ohio, it's like really nothing. No comedy clubs, no nothing. So going back home, I didn't know even where to start.
Right.
Yeah, but once I figured it out, y'all got the funny stuff right there.
Yeah.
So it's almost meant for me to be here right now because that's my first club. That's where I started.
Yeah,
It's our home club as well.
RPP.
RPP.
Yeah.
No, that's dope.
The club's in jeopardy.
Yeah, I already know, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So you you started out at the funny stuff and things like that. You started at 25. That's a good, at least you know what you wanted to do at 25.
Yeah.
I would be 50 in August. And I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. I have no idea.
Yeah, I knew because it's in my family, man. My grandmother is probably one of the funniest storytellers. Can impersonate people that I know. My uncles, my aunts, they would roast battles, so it was just. As I got older, I started to realize that, oh, okay, this is what we good at as a family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. That's dope. So as far as that concerned, the comedy thing, you said you want to venture out into some acting, and
Yeah.
you're not
I should.
opposed to it.
No, I ain't opposed to it. I mean, in a sense, like doing comedy now, you gotta almost do the Instagram skits and different things like that. So it's kind of part of it now. You gotta act out a character. Like, if you watch my Instagram, I've been turning that up a little bit more lately. I've been doing a lot more skits, a lot more videos. And because I know it's part of it, but it's times I be tired and don't want to do it, but I still do it and act out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but you have a stage presence that's kind of like animated and
I used to do plays. I used to do plays though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, so-
in high
okay.
school.
Okay.
In high school,
I
yeah.
can see that.
Yeah, I used to be doing plays. Yeah.
I can see
I was
that.
a drama class.
Okay, so yeah, you should wanted to get into some acting. I'm surprised that's not like where you wanted to go, like originally too.
I should, man. I did a play in prison too. It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that a part of a program in prison? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We did Othello. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that was dope.
Was that open to the public or?
Yeah. A couple people came from outside and watched us do all that. It was dope.
Yeah, man, I heard about those.
Mm-hmm.
I heard about those. So it was like so. Do you feel like your theater background helped you with your comedy?
Yeah, 100% for sure.
Oh, you gotta
For
think
sure.
so.
For sure. Like, didn't know it then, but yeah, I needed all those tools now. You know what
Oh
I'm saying?
yeah, stage presence
Yeah,
for
stage
that.
presence,
You know,
all
Yeah.
that, how to project. You know what I mean?
So you don't okay? Of course you don't now, but did you? You know, a lot of people their biggest fear is like public speaking. Like
No, I was never afraid of that.
never afraid of that.
Yeah, because what taught me with that though in school when we do the school projects,
Yeah.
you know, people like, okay, you put it together and I present it. I'm good at that.
Oh, okay.
So you was the
All right.
presenter.
Yeah, I'm the presenter.
Okay.
I'm good
All
at
right.
that.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a present. But you
People like,
go
Marcus
ahead.
better be here.
Yeah.
That was where you nailed him, huh?
Yeah,
Nailed that
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No, that's
I saw
important.
that part.
Yeah,
That's
see.
important, man. And I always like to ask this, like, you know, I know you got your shows coming up and you're traveling and things like that, but if you can wave a reality magic wand, what will be happening with Marcus Martin right now?
I'll be on tour, headlining theaters.
Okay.
Yeah, like constantly busy. Yeah, that's the goal, and then like everything else come from there. Like maybe a Saturday Night Live for real.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
like stuff like that, and then just let everything else happen from there.
Wow, that's dope. So I know you've been doing it for like, 13 years, and I know you watched your pops, do with the comedy thing. Like, so you have any other like comedic influences?
Yeah. Like once I got into it, Seinfeld was one. Seinfeld taught me how to do a bit. I didn't know what a bit was.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like when I say I jumped in this head first, no nothing, just dived into it, no mentor, didn't write no jokes. I just knew I was funny.
Oh, okay.
And head first, like right into it. But Seinfeld taught me how to do bits. I love Mom's Mabley.
Okay.
I kind of, I guess I did that. I went on YouTube, kind of did my research. You know what I'm saying? I went back, you know what I'm saying, to the Pit Meek Markham, to the, Ellen DeGeneres is, like, I love Ellen. I love Ellen, man.
Okay.
Because how they make simple stuff funny.
Right.
Like Bill Cosby, you know what I'm saying? Despite him as a person, but his comedy, to sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yeah.
Like Ali Sadiq can sit down
Yeah.
for an hour plus and make you laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
no
a talent.
moving,
Amazing
no
to me.
acting out. Yeah. Nothing
It's a
crazy.
normal day. I'm just sitting down talking to you.
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah, that's a blessing
Yeah,
to be
right,
able to
right.
do that.
Right.
That is
Yeah.
a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. So, 13 years. Like, how? Do you have a manager?
No, it's just, I tell people, it's me and God. That's it.
Okay.
It's
All
just
right.
me and God.
All right.
Just been grinding this and working it out.
So have you thought about like trying to? So you call clubs and get booked, or
Honestly,
because people you know, or
I learned from Linnell a long time ago that, because somebody asked a question like, how do you get booked, how do you this, and she was like, just be funny.
right?
Just be
Right, right.
consistently funny.
Right,
Just
right,
do
right.
that, and you ain't got to worry about getting shows.
Okay.
And when she
Fair
said that, I'm talking about, you know what I mean?
Fair
It was
enough.
a light bulb.
Yeah.
Eureka moment. Be
Yeah,
funny.
Yeah, just be funny, and you gonna get them shows.
Right. Okay. So that's what I heard. Like when first starting off, like it takes 10 years. I'm like, I'm old as shit already. I ain't got 10 years. But then like being in it for, you realize it's a process. So by the time you're in your they say like the 10th year, by the time you're in those phases, you realize, because you learn more, obviously. You know what I mean? Everything, stage presence gets better. Everything is just better the longer you do something, obviously.
Right.
But so
But what I love about comedy, like you said, the process humbles anybody. Like comedy is one of them games that humble anybody. For example, T.I. T.I. thought he could just get in comedy because of his name and go straight to the arenas and theaters.
Right.
I'm like, nah, you gotta start. You gotta start here at the bottom, man.
I mean, you can if you about to rock some shit,
but he ain't ready. Not as no new comedian. I don't care who you is.
I'm talking about his music because he can feel
his music. Definitely. Shout out to his music, but comedy is a whole different animal, monster. Like you can't come into this game thinking I'm just gonna sell out arenas being a comedian in your first year.
Right.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, you might start right here, man.
Oh.
Because first of all, to develop this first 5 minutes, it's gonna take you at least a year. I'm talking about a strong 5-10 minutes, like a strong 5-10 minutes. That's gonna take you at least 6 months to a year.
So how do you feel about doing material over and over again?
I mean, you're supposed to. Comedy's repetition.
Okay.
We in different cities. We everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these people ain't heard this. But also, I encourage comedians too to try new stuff.
Obviously.
Like I said, like a lot of my stuff, if I think about it on stage, I say it.
Okay.
Yeah, like have that courage to say, because a lot of times, you know, it's in you, it's on your heart.
Right. Well, that's comfortability though.
Yeah. But no, trust in yourself. I learned to trust in myself. Trust in your gut, man. Trust in yourself. I just learned to trust myself.
It's so hard.
But also, like, you know, we hit up mics, and I don't see you too much doing that. So how do you do your new material?
I used to, though. I used to hit up a lot of open mics. Okay. That's how I started, man. Like, coming from Canton, Ohio, it was like, didn't nobody like know a comedian from there. They like, he can't be funny, so I had to go to the shows for free.
That's wild.
I had to pull up to a lot of open mics, and I had to like prove myself. Then once I proved myself, Akron, Cleveland, Columbus, Cincinnati, Dayton, Toledo, like all over Ohio. Then it's like, boom, Ohio know me now. Let me prove myself in Chicago, LA, Miami, New York, like Detroit. Let me go to these spots and improve myself. Yeah, that's what it was for me.
So like now when you have new stuff, like how what do? You try a little bit at a show, or how do you work your new material?
I'm gonna try my new stuff at like a smaller venue first.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. But don't be afraid to try it. Try it. If it don't work immediately, you know what I'm saying, get up off of it. Yeah. I'm on them going like. I mean, I don't know if it works. A lot of comedians, because I know comics that if it don't hit at first, they still dig into it. Me, I immediately scrap it.
You abandoning it?
I'm abandoning. I'm going to the next joke. Man, I ain't got time. They ain't messing with it. I'm cool.
What if you like it?
I mean, if I like it,
because you know how it is. Sometimes jokes
with comedy, you can't take it personal. You hear from the audience.
Is it all the time? But you said first time. You ain't even trying it out somewhere else.
Well, yeah, I tried out somewhere else.
You gotta at least try it somewhere else. Because you know how crowds, sometimes they don't dig something, but unless they're digging everything, and that one thing they don't mess with, that might be a sign. But either way, you gotta try it, at least one more time.
I mean,
and then you don't scrap it, then you just revisit it.
Yeah.
From a different angle, if you really like it. If you don't care. If it's timely. So do you do topical stuff or more just about your family or what?
More just like personal. Yeah. What's going on. More so how like how I see life and how I see different things. And, definitely my kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely talk about that. Just me though, for real. Right. I'm talk about me.
Yeah, no, that's the only way to go. I see. I mean, I learned topical stuff. It's just so timely. Yeah. It's so terrible. Yeah. You know what I mean? It sucks. Yeah. So you gotta jump in at the moment, but then everyone's talking about it. So it's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean?
And I do topical stuff. You got to, because you gotta stay current. Yeah. That's one thing about comedy too. You have to stay current. That's the longevity in comedy. So you gotta do no Diddy, but you gotta do it right now.
Right.
That's big right
that's
now.
What's relevant right now.
It shows you still. It's almost like showing you still got it.
Yeah, exactly.
Come up with a new joke now. You know what I'm saying? Or some shit.
But the thing about that is flash in the pan, and it's only lasting about a year or two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless you're putting it out.
Yeah, I don't necessarily consider those like as material. That's just like right now. Like what's going on right now, because people want to hear that. What's your point of view on it?
Right.
Yeah.
So do you focus more like trying to obviously build your set, right?
Yeah, build my set.
Build your set.
Yeah. Yeah,
So are we? Is there any Marcus Martin specials that's out now? Or is it one coming in the future? Or
I got stuff on YouTube. I got stuff on YouTube. Type in comedian Marcus Martin. I did a special. Well, I headlined in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Back to Pittsburgh again.
Yeah. I'm done.
Back to Pittsburgh.
All right, I'm done.
But yeah, it's on YouTube. It's a good I give it about 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, but I did specials back like doing it. See, I've been doing. I did like 3 specials during the DVD era.
Okay.
I got 3 DVD
damn,
specials.
okay. All right.
Yeah, them ain't. Yeah. You more so just have to go on YouTube and watch the 30-minute joint.
So do you feel like you ready for that?
A special?
Yeah, like.
Yeah, now, yeah, I definitely got to document it.
So did you keep all that material, or it's all different stuff?
Once I do the material on the special, it's over with.
Okay, so all that stuff you already put out is burnt.
Yeah, you got to. Yeah, it's gone.
Okay,
it's gone.
okay.
Got to come out with.
So you've been coming out with all types of stuff.
Yeah, you got to. You got to like constantly write. You got to constantly think of what I used to do though. Okay, too. What used to help hosting. Okay. So as a host, you can't say the same stuff every time,
right?
Especially if you hosting a show every week or twice a month.
Right.
And like I heard that, you know what I mean? We was just here last week, so that right there in the beginning, you train my mind. Like I gotta come up with new stuff. I gotta come up with new material all the time. You know what I'm saying?
That's where you can do topical shit. I think.
Yeah.
That's where you crowd work and do topical stuff.
Yeah.
You know what
Into the room.
Yeah.
Talk about that person that just got off stage and things of that nature. So do you like hosting?
I love it all. I love hosting in the sense ain't no pressure.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because it really ain't about you. It's about these comics.
Yeah.
You more so just here to warm up the crowd.
Right.
It's really about make sure the crowd good. Make sure everybody's straight. Make sure the bartender's straight. Everything's straight.
Right.
And we gonna keep this show going. We gonna keep it flow. And what I love about hosting now, that's when I do try new material.
Okay.
Hosting.
Yeah.
I ain't gotta be funny. I just gotta be decent.
Right.
Yeah.
You can see if your stuff hit or not.
Yeah. But I done had shows where they was like, man, you shouldn't have hosted. You should have been a headline.
Oh, okay. Wow.
That's a compliment to you. To the ex is like, yeah.
Yeah, but that's not bad. I guess for you, you know, obviously for you, but you ain't gonna host for that dude again.
Yeah.
Shit like
You're right.
Terrible.
I love headlining though too. I've been headlining, I guess, for the past 3 years consistently.
Okay, nice. Yeah. Okay, all right.
So that's like an hour, 45 to
45 to an hour plus. You know what I'm saying? Doing private shows, all that. I'm gonna really give you a show.
Okay.
Really put it on for you. Yeah.
So how long you been working the material?
Some of it, okay, like Rob Allen, another Cleveland GOAT.
Yeah.
He
Rob Allen.
He stick to it. He stick to the same material. Yeah. And I learned from him, what works, stay with it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you also do new stuff.
Right.
But especially if they never heard you. If this audience never heard you. And you will get a feel for that. You kind of know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't never been here. They don't know what's going on. So it works. Stick with it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can revamp it. You can make it better.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely do that.
Okay.
And dig into it a little bit more.
So, the fact of the matter is, it's like, like when you hire for a gig, I don't know about you, but when I see a thing, sometimes I'll be like, okay, I look at the demographics of the audience. Mm-hmm. White, black, mixed, older, younger.
Okay, why you on it?
Like, do you have a preference? Like, do you have like
preference of audience?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I do. Okay, but that make it easy. If I get people my genre, my age, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it don't matter about race, but if I get people around my age or younger, like, that's easy. But as a comic, you want to make yourself uncomfortable. You put me in a show with old people, put me in a show with anybody for real. Like, if this what it is, this what it is. I'm not gonna run away from it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, all white people, I'm like, this is what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember doing a show in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I'm the only black guy in the building. Not just as a comic. I'm the only building. Not even an audience. I'm the only black guy in the building, comic, audience, all that. And a lot of them didn't say nothing to me on the way in. I said, that's fine. My goal, I got goals now. My goal is the people gonna speak to me when they leave. Right. And that's what happened.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
that's definitely a mental
When was this?
hurdle?
Fort Wayne was probably like I give it a good maybe like 10 years ago. It was when I first started.
Okay, wow, okay.
It's probably, I was probably like 3-4 years into the game.
Okay, all right. So you swam through that shit, nice.
Yeah, you got to, man.
Okay.
Because I mean, that's what it is at the moment. That's the challenge. That's
Right.
And you always want to make yourself uncomfortable. That's how you grow. That's how you get better. You know what I mean?
Shit, I'm trying to work on getting comfortable to get uncomfortable. Right.
You gotta get comfortable to get uncomfortable.
Get comfortable to get uncomfortable.
Yeah, you're right.
Baby. There's steps. Don't push me so much.
You're right.
Yeah. No, that's dope, man. I mean, I never really heard of that. Being uncomfortable as a challenge. That's another way to look at it.
Yeah.
Cause,
it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Put me in.
Yeah, because you find new stuff. Because if you're funny, your shit just instinct.
Yeah, I had shows. Okay, I don't know if y'all familiar with Ben Palmer. That's my guy. He do like the trolling.
Okay, no, I'm not familiar, but I'll look him up.
Yeah, Ben is real big, especially on TikTok. Like, that's my guy. And I did a show with him, and his shows is more like very smart intellectual, like people that be on the internet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And like people that be in politics. I don't talk about politics.
Right.
But I did a show for them, and it was nothing. And I instantly knew, okay, this ain't my audience. Like, wow. But I didn't shy away from it. We had 2 shows, and I just still went up there and gave them my best vibe. I gave them my best vibe.
How did it go, though?
It was horrible. They didn't laugh at all. And this probably like what we did that like 3 years ago. We was in Columbia. They didn't laugh at all, and I was just like, okay.
Damn.
But you don't shy away
we've
from
been there. Yeah. We've been there. We've been there.
Okay, how can I? But my challenge is how can I get this crowd,
right,
his type of crowd to laugh at me?
Right.
Like, how can I make something funny for them? So that's what I was doing ever since.
Well, yeah, right.
That's dope, man. You said
so you came up with material for those situations?
Yeah, okay. A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey, got you.
Give them
like,
a good
you know what I mean? You're like, fuck this. I ain't doing this shit ever again. You want to put me in this situation? Okay.
And don't force it, comics. Don't force it.
No, but you can think about shit, though.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about like if they ain't laughing when you on stage, just get off stage. Just keep it pushing. Don't force it. I don't force it.
Well, what I've been trying to do lately is what he showed me kind of is like when, try and look at the crowd and say, okay, what do I think they'll like of my material? Because instead of coming with a pre, set, planned, because how many times I'll be ready to show up, like, I'm about to talk about this. I get up there and I'm like, I don't know if they're going to like this.
No, you got to be aware of your genre. You got to be aware of your audience.
Yeah,
you got to be definitely aware, like, what taught me that, okay, I did a show. It was an all-white party. And it was nothing but, I was probably the youngest person there. I think everybody was probably like at least 50 plus.
Okay.
Whoa. And my first thing when I went out there, I thought it was gonna be funny. I was like, it look like we in heaven right now. That's the wrong thing to say for old people in the crowd. They like, wait a minute. I'm glad to be here today. What you talking about? Like, what? I was like, yeah. I lost him immediately.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but yeah, I get it.
Yeah. If it was a younger crowd, then yeah. But like, what?
That was hilarious. I liked it, but I understand how they wouldn't like it.
Yeah. Especially at 50. I'm pushing. I'm 47.
60,
I'm getting
70,
close to
they didn't wanna hear
this
that.
bitch. Shit.
I'm like, heaven? What? My uncle just died yesterday. What you talking about?
That's wild.
Yeah, man. Like those are situations you live and learn from.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so, but you got to do it though.
Yeah.
You got to do it in order to learn from.
It's a lot of intangibles with comedy. You almost just gotta get on stage and do it. Like people be asking for advice and this and that. Like you can write 1,000 jokes, but when you get on that stage, it's different.
It's so
you
different.
Gotta get it's on. You jumping in that water head first. I'm talking about with sharks though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. It's different.
It's wild because I hate when I'm up there and you can just see somebody and you go up there with a good vibe and then you looking at somebody feeling your shit and you're just like everything changes. Inside you feel like different, you know what I mean? And I'll go through the motions. I'll get done. I'll tell him I'm like I didn't like it. He was like, oh, you did all right. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't feel good.
We hard on ourselves as comics too, though. That's good to be hard on yourself. I mean, you want to get better, but. Yeah, I mean, record it, and then take the funny parts. Okay, I was funny there. This was funny. Okay, boom, and then grow from there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, obviously.
Yeah, take that and be like, boom. This one I'm gonna keep. The rest, scrap that.
I hate watching that shit.
You gotta watch your tape.
I hate watching the tape. That's like football players when they had a bad game or some shit. When they think, you know what I mean? Like,
I used to hate it too. I don't watch myself with nobody in the room. I'm cool.
Oh yeah, nobody gotta see myself.
No. You can watch it yourself and then let me know what you think. Because I'm very critical. Like I'm analyzing it from more so like how can I get better point of view.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She
right.
might be or he might be laughing, but me, I'm really like, oh, I should have said this. Or I can add that. So I'm like really like. But that shout out to Pete, RPP. Pete was like always record your sets. Yeah, always record your sets. You learn from them. Just like you said, NFL players. That's the game tape. Yep. You gotta study. You gotta be in that film. That's the game tape. You gotta have that film.
Yeah. So are you speaking to Pete? Are you clean? No, not really.
Clean comedy? Yeah, I can do clean. I do churches.
Okay.
I do anything. Like I said, I make myself uncomfortable. I'm gonna make myself uncomfortable.
Where are you comfortable?
Where am I comfortable? Around my people, cussing, drinking. I need to smell some gunpowder in the air. You know what I'm saying? Little weed, smoke some chicken grease. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm comfortable. That's where it's at. You know what I mean? Somebody coming through with a fly car and he got his girl. He got some chain necklace on and all that. And somebody that got a babysitter. She got the big kids watching the little kids. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's female. That's what I want.
Big kids watching the little kids.
Yeah. She making ramen noodles with Fiji water. That's what I wanted to show.
That's classic.
Fiji, that's classic.
Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I wanted to show.
I make the best ramen noodles in the world. I'm just saying. There's a process to get them right. It's so good. What's your favorite?
My favorite? Chicken, of course. Shrimp, too. I do the shrimp.
I like it used to be, the Oriental? But now it's soy sauce flavor.
Okay.
Because they had to change it.
They said it was racist.
Yeah.
All that stuff is weird.
Yeah.
Bring back the Redskins and the Indians.
So let me ask you this. Like, how do you feel about, filtering your words and things like that? Like,
I mean, that's the climate we in now in 2025. Yeah. Even if, I got teenage kids and they so sensitive when you say certain things. It's
right.
What? Like my grandma and mom used to cuss me out.
Right.
This and that, and I that was normal.
Yeah, the gap is completely different.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom didn't cuss, but I know my dad used to. And now he cries all the time. I'm like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, we're definitely in a different climate. And things like that.
Yeah, but I mean, I tell comedians as long as it's funny.
There you go.
Funny.
That's how I feel about when I've been in rooms where some people just bring up racial jokes and it's like it sounds like you saying racial stuff but saying it in the name of comedy and it's not funny at all. It's like.
Yeah, but that once again, as a comic, they're making it personal. It's not personal. Stop making it personal. Don't go there and be personal. You have to be broad because it's an audience of different people.
Right.
So your jokes cannot be personal. Like it can be about you, but don't make it like, it's really this and this how I feel.
Right.
So do you think that's a crutch? A lot of people talk about. You say broad, and you think a lot of people talk more about where they're from instead of thinking like bigger.
You got to, in a sense, I believe, to think bigger, think more international. Going to New York taught me that. You got people from the Caribbeans there. You got people from everywhere, and you more so gotta think international.
You ain't going there telling Cleveland jokes. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't gonna work. They don't know nothing. It ain't gonna. They from. It ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
You talk about some jerk chicken and all that, but you own that's the.
Unless you can flip Cleveland into their area.
Right.
Unless you're that good.
Or just bring them to you. Just be more so about you and your personality. But okay, that's the thing about a New York comic and an LA comic. They be around Mexicans or Latinos versus being here. It's there, but it's not like so much. You know what I'm saying? It's more black and white here in Ohio. Versus there, it's everything. You got Jamaicans and all that, so they can come with Jamaican jokes. They can come with all type of stuff that they experience as a person. Like if you lived around a Jamaican and an Asian, you can come with Asian stuff. But it's hard because we don't really have that abundance.
Right? No, you got.
I get what you're saying.
TV.
Yeah, TV. That's how we learn about different cultures.
Yeah,
but when
which is stereotype to begin with.
Yeah.
Most TV shows. So.
Yeah, like to go to a Latino Thanksgiving or something like that. When you lived it, that's different.
It's different.
Got more to talk about.
I got that shit locked.
Yeah, it's like as far as like your humor. And compared to some like the bigger names, like what will you like? I know you've done it, but like who would you see or who? Let me just rephrase that. Who would you like to go on tour with?
Like to go on tour with?
It could be local or well known.
Okay, local. I mean, I do both. Local would be my dog Chevy.
Okay.
Shout out to Chevy.
Yeah,
hold it down. Get out, Chevy.
Yeah.
Be my dog Chevy.
Get out. Yeah,
for sure. My dog, cause we just compliment each other well. He's more still, and I'm more animated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we go out there. Yeah, we gonna give you that.
So we heard who you like to tour with locally. Who would you like to tour with nationally?
Nationally, had to be like somebody I can learn from, somebody more my style. I would say like Donnell Rollins or Red Grant.
Okay.
I would like to rock with them.
Shout out to Donnell and Red Grant.
Yeah, I like to rock with them. Like, I think I can learn a lot from both of them. Even a woman, I would like Miss Pat.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Miss Pat. Shout out to Miss Pat. She been doing her thing.
Yeah, she's wild.
Yeah, I like her style. So I think or Takara Williams. I
Shout
like
out to
Takara too.
Okay.
Yeah, Takara. Yeah. So I think I can learn from them. Just Nash. Like I can learn from somebody like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you say locally. So have you ever thought about like starting your own tour?
I mean, in a sense, it happens organically for me.
Right.
I'm always somewhere out of state, in town,
making moves.
Yeah, in the state, like always somewhere traveling as far as doing shows.
That's the thing about comedian, boy. Once you start doing it, it's almost like you're just like a goddamn mercenary.
Yeah, man. You just
out there making moves.
Yeah, blowing in the wind, man. You never know where the wind gonna blow you. Where you gonna be?
Most of the time, you show up and there's other comedians that meet at that one place. You know what I mean, to do a show. You know what I mean. Sometimes it's local people, and you come in to fill in, or you're headlining, and they got people there to open and host and all that shit. But for the most part, you show up and you're just meeting other people to do a show.
Right.
It's wild. Sometimes you run into people. Oh shit. The more you do it, you know what I mean? Like, even like sometimes like with us, we'll go to a different place. It's not far, and obviously it's one of the main nights, but it's like you don't expect to see somebody there every time. And okay, shit, you came out.
That's why I say go to the festivals, because I done met a lot of comics through these festivals, and a lot of them got like kind of big names now, or I go to a different state and still see them, or they book me in their state. Like, so the festivals is very important, especially in the beginning.
That was a trigger word.
No. He said go to the festivals. Do you participate in the festivals?
I will definitely. I still.
Okay, that's a different one.
Submit.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I still do that.
Okay.
Because he knows it's a racket. We all know
it is
it's
a racket. It is politics too.
Yeah,
it's definitely politics.
Yeah.
A lot of it just be wanting your money. You know what I'm saying? But it's like.
But I told him we should still submit to some festivals.
Yeah. But with y'all too, y'all got a niche. Y'all also comedians, but y'all got a podcast, and a lot of festivals you want podcasters too. So that'll definitely help y'all.
So you gotta check out the damn categories, dog. I don't know this.
You gotta check the categories.
Check the categories.
They ask you on that, like, what do you do? Stand up or improv or podcast?
Yeah, I mean, this is a side gig, really. I'm trying to hit the stage.
Yeah, that's stage.
This is something problem is, I mean, we do both consistently, at least once a week. You know what I'm saying? But it's still just like.
But that's why I'm here, because I realized the comedy game, this part of it.
Yeah.
Doing podcasts is part of it.
Yeah.
Doing the skits on Instagram or YouTube is part of it.
Part of
like,
it.
Right.
Right.
All part
That's
of
why I said TikTok. TikTok's big, man.
Yeah,
you know what I
TikTok
mean? That's a
definitely.
whole different audience.
Yeah,
You know, you
yeah.
think I think about I completely forget about the apps this way, but the apps are like just different audiences all around because there's a lot of people that aren't on Instagram that are on Facebook. You know what I
Right.
mean? There's a lot of people on Facebook that ain't on TikTok. A lot more people that are not on TikTok because they think it's some kind of Chinese and they're like everybody knows everybody's shit. The U.S. knows your shit, so whatever. It's an awesome app.
You never know what video is gonna do numbers on what app.
You right.
Don't.
No, and that is the
at
truth.
all.
Because I got videos that did crazy numbers on this, but barely nothing on that. And
But you know what? It all has to do with, I guess, when you post it, what day you post it.
Yeah,
I ain't got
that
time to wait on some bullshit.
That matters.
If I'm gonna post something, I'm gonna post it now. Problem is, I post shit at like 1 a.m, 12 o'clock. Ain't nobody up
Ain't
just
nobody up.
watching
Yeah.
shit. Not here though.
With that being
But in
said,
California,
everybody can hear our voice. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for continue to support. If you can see us or if you can hear us, we appreciate it all.
because I post it. That's why I posted at those times, because we worldwide, baby. Everybody across the globe will fucking tune in and hear our shit. So that's why.
If you can see us or hear us, we
Hear us,
appreciate it all.
Love you all.
And,
Like
and
and
another
subscribe.
thing, that we
subscribe.
appreciate is Mr. Marcus Martin coming through finally. It's been a long time.
Yes.
I
Go
was
check
super
out his
stoked.
first interview.
Yeah,
I forget the episode because it was like 2 years ago.
and it was
It's
through
amazing.
what was it, through Zoom?
Through Zoom.
But we
Yeah.
got him here. Look, I can
I'm
reach
here,
out
I'm
and I
in the
can
flesh.
grab him. I can touch him. He really here.
This thing AI.
Hey, and I don't pull up for everybody.
And I appreciate
Don't
that.
pull up for everybody.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate having you here, sir.
Absolutely.
Thank
yeah,
you.
man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Jay, where can they find you at, baby?
Everybody, you can follow me at Justin Fuller Comedy on all platforms.
I am the_great_COREE. That's where you can find me, or you can find us both on the Midnight Paco Podcast
That's right.
on Instagram. So, Mr. Marcus Martin, where can they find you once again?
Find me at Instagram at _Marcus Martin. That's where I'm at, and that'll lead you to everything else. Or just type in comedian Marcus Martin, and it's going.
You got a website?
Well, not a website, but I got Well, no, they wouldn't want that, but I got a
Google them.
Yeah, Google me. Just Google me. No, honestly, Google me. A lot of stuff is gonna pop up.
This other episode gonna pop up. I guarantee it.
I chat GP myself. I was like, wait a minute, hold on, I did this. What are they talking about?
Nice.
Hey, what?
That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate having you here, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Check
Thanks,
you out next week. Peace out.
Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast. Midnight Paco. Midnight Paco Podcast.